lesson. I am Miss Nabila. This program is brought to you by City Government of Addis Ababa Education Bureau with collaboration Addis Media Network. Today, we are going to learn about simple past tense. Before that, students, do you remember our previous lesson? And before we closed our previous lesson, I gave you homework. Have you finished your homework? I hope you are. Students, let us remember our previous lesson. Last time, we were learning about simple present tense. Simple present tense. What we said about simple present tense and how can we use simple present tense. Simple present tense, that is a tense part of present tense, and also that show habitual action. Students, what we called about habitual action? Bravo, students. Habitual action is the action that you routine and continuous action that you are doing it every day or every week, maybe every month. So, simple present tense that show habitual action. And the next one is simple present tense that show also universal truths and facts like the sun rise in the east. That is the fact also. The next one, simple present tense that show state of being. When we come to state of being, we said like she lives in London. She lives in London. That's the information. And also, what can I say also? I am a teacher. I am a teacher. I am a teacher. This is the thing what I am. So we can use simple present tense to give also information and also habitual action, and also we said also universal truths and also facts. So the next thing, how we can use simple present tense with verbs. So when we come to simple present tense verbs, we can use verbs like main verbs, like action verbs, like play, write, and we can use also go. And we can add s, es, or ies when we are using singular subjects or singular pronouns like she, he, it. When we are using these pronouns or singular subject, we can add, the first thing is s, like for example here, play, place. We just add at the end of the letter s. The next one is we can add es, like for example go, goes. And also we can use do, does. And also we can add ies when we are using ending with y, like study, or let us take try, tries. Look, students, play, place. I know this y, this play ending with y, but before y there is a vowel letter, so we can't add ies. We just take play and add at the end s. This is a special condition. Here is go, goes, do, does, try. We just cancel y and ies. Here is tries, try, tries. And we can add even more example like study, studies, ies. And also we can add es like also watch, ending with ch and sh. For example, we can use wash, wash, what we are going to do is easily add es, washes. Students, this was our previous lesson. Let us start our today's lesson. Simple past tense. When we come to simple past tense, this is a part of past tense, So this is the simple past tense. Which kind of verbs we are going to use? And before that, what is show? For example, when we come to every time tense, we can check two things: time and verbs. So when we come to here, the first thing is time. Here is time. Which kind of time we are going to use? This is already past and previous time. So we have words that we are going to use, like as a keyword. Let us say last time, yesterday, and also we said last week. Here is some words that you are going to use as a past tense that show previous action. And the next is, here is a verbs. Here is the main and the important point is here. When we come to English language, verbs that show time, by adding ed at the end of the main verbs. At the end of the main verbs. Like, here is, for example, we can mention one example. Here is, for example, played. Played. Adding what? At the end of the verb, the main verb, adding what? ed. Look the next example. Dance. What can we add? Dance it. Students, let us construct one sentence by using verbs and specific time. For example, let us take play and we can use yesterday. Died. Play. Football. Yesterday. Yesterday. Here is full stop. So, look, students, here. They played football yesterday. Which kind of time we are using? Here is yesterday. Time. Specific time. And the next thing is played. Play, played. We add ed. They played football yesterday. So easily, these are regular method that change verbs by adding what? ed. By adding what? ed. We can add more example. For example, here. This is regular. Verb. ed. At the end of the main verb. At the end of word, the main verb. Let me give you more example. Walk. So let's change this word by adding ed. 1, 2, 3. Bravo, student. Walked. Let me give you one more example. Wash. Okay, let me give you time. 1, 2, 3. Bravo. Washed. Let us add one more. Here is walked, washed, and also push. So when we say push, like pushing something, this is the action. So these all are action, where this or that, these all are main verbs. So pushed, let me give you time to add easily ed. 1, 2, 3. Bravo. Pushed. These are regular verbs that can be used for simple past tense by adding easily ed. So when we come to here, when we add these verbs in the sentence, you just know without even specific time, this is a past tense, because this ed that show the things are happened already when in the past. So let us continue, students. So here is also, we can use verb 2. We can use verb 2. Here is verb 1. This is the difference is we don't add with, when we complete or after these verbs, we are not adding what? ed. We are not going to use what? ed. Maybe we change the whole verb or the whole letters or some letters, and maybe we are not changing it maybe at all. Let me show you. So let me give you one example from here. Eat. This is eat. So let us change it to as verb 2. Here is ate. Let us continue. Here, run. Ran. Let us add one more. Write. What we are going to see? Wrote. Look, this verbs, we change the whole words or some words. Look here. Eat, ate. Run, ran. Write, wrote. Let us add one more. Speak. Speak, spoke. Speak, spoke. Let me add, for example, those words that are not changing at all. Those verbs are not changing at all, even as verb 2, the same with V1. Here is cut, cut. Read, read. So these all are as example of irregular nouns. We can use as verb to 1, as a verb to be, the following verbs, irregular verbs. Cut, cut. Read, read. So these verbs are not changing at all. Cut, cut. Read, read. These all are an example of irregular verbs. After this, let me show you one rules when we come to as simple past tense. So when we come to here, we can use simple past tense. How we are going to use it. For example, when we come to here like as a sentence, as positive sentence or affirmative sentence. For example, we can say here, she wrote a letter. Here is positive form. She wrote a letter. let us change this sentence with interrogative or question form. So when we come to simple past tense, like simple present tense, we have a word that used for asking a question. So here is do or does. Change with what? Did. This is the past form of do and does. Here is did. So when we come to question, we can use this did. So did she write a letter? Question mark. Here is, we can't use two past verbs in one sentence. If we are using did here, we can't use again another past verb. So, or V2. So, did she write a letter? Okay, students, let us change this interrogative sentence with negative form. Here is the same structure. We can use did, but as a negative, we can use also not. Let us change. She did. Next, not. Next, write. What? A letter. Full stop. She did not write a letter. Look at these examples. We are constructing how many sentences? 3 sentences by using affirmative, interrogative, and negative forms. Let us read the sentences together. She wrote a letter. Did she write a letter? She did not write a letter. This is the example of affirmative, interrogative, and the next one is negative. So we can use for simple past sentences where we can use easily did. Students, let me give you some activities and let us practice today's lesson. Activity 1. Change the following sentences with past form. Students, I'll give you some simple present tense sentences and we are going to change with past form or past tense sentences. Here is the example. Question number 1. We eat lunch. Question number 2. He goes to school. She cut her nail. And here is 4. Abel speak so fast. Look, students, speaks, so fast. Here is some examples that from simple present tense, and we are going to change what? With past tense. Students, let me give you 3 minutes for all questions, and I'll give you correction and we'll practice together. Students, I hope you all have finished the activity 1. So let me give you correction and let us practice together. So here is question number 1. We eat lunch. We eat lunch. So easily we can change. Here is eat. And also we can add specific time like last night, last Friday, and also yesterday. We can say that. But easily we can change this sentence by using ate. Here is a verb, lunch. Even without telling you a specific time, when you see ate or this verb to, that you know this is a past tense that completed already. Bravo, students. Here is, he goes to school. He goes to school. For example, we can say here every day. Let me add one thing. School, for example. Let us say every day. Look this example, students. Let us change this with past form. He. The past or the V2 form of go is a regular verb, went. He went to school. Let us use past time or that completed already. We can say yesterday. Here is, we change goes to went every day with yesterday. That's past already. Bravo, students. Let us continue. She cuts her nail. She cuts her nail. So we add what? Let us take, for example, she. What I was saying already. Cut, not change with ed. We're not adding ed and even not changing. So we can take easily cut. Cut her nail. So we can add a specific time, for example, last night. Last she cut her nail last night. Let us continue. Here, Abel speaks so fast. Abel speaks so fast. So we can say Abel, the past tense of speak or V2, spoke. Spoke so fast. So, students, look these examples and how we are changing with past forms. I hope you all are understand and enjoy your lesson. So, let me show you one thing before continue activity 2. Here is verbs here. Eat, changing with ate. Here is goes with went. Here is cut. Here is also cut. Here is speaks. Abel speaks so fast. And we use spoke. We used what? Spoke. So, and also sometimes we are using some specific times, like here is every day, we are using yesterday. So this is how we are changing with simple present tense easily with simple past tense by using specific time and also verb too. Bravo, students. Let me add one activity and let us practice more. Activity 2. Change the following sentences with negative form. Here is, did she study heart. Abel talked to his sister. Here is question number 3. Play football last week. So, we played football last week. Here is 3 questions. Change with negative 4. Let me give you 3 minutes for all questions. Let me give a correction and let us practice together. So the first question is, did she study hard? Did she study hard? So easily we can use she did not study hard. She did not study hard. And we can use this sentence as affirmative or positive form. Let us say, she studied. Here is, oh, sorry, here students. When we come to ending with some verbs ending with Y, we can cancel Y and adding I-E-D. Study, studied. So, she studied hard. So, the next example, Abel talked to his sister. Abel talked to his sister. So, easily, Abel did not talk his sister. Students, let us make even this question number 2, this sentence as a question. For example, we can say, did Abel talked to his sister? We can use by using the beginning of the sentence, did. Next, we played football last week. Here is a verb that show played any specific time last week. So let us say we did not play football last week. also, we can change with this sentence by using did as a question. For example, did we play football last week? This is the method how we are using simple past tense as affirmative form and also negative form and also as interrogative or as positive, interrogative and negative forms. Students, I hope you all are enjoyed the lesson. So, students, what we learned today? Today, we will learn about simple past tense, rule of simple past tense, how we are going to use it, and also what is simple past tense also, and which kind of verbs we are going to use it. For example, here is as a time and also a verb. So when we come to here, we are using specific time like last night, last day, previous time, last week, and also different specific time. And also we are going to use some verbs like changing by ed, like talk, talk, talked. Here is the method by changing words verb to, or we call specifically V2. So talked, talked by adding ed. Some verbs are ending with y, like study. We just cancel y and adding ied. Study, studied. Study, studied. The next thing, some verbs are irregular methods that are changing the whole words, the whole words. For example, we mentioned write, V2 wrote. This was a regular method, write, wrote. So, students, and we can use also did as a question or interrogative forms, like asking question, did you study hard? Did you eat your lunch? Like that. And also, we can use did not to make the sentences negative. The sentences negative. I didn't eat my lunch. I didn't study hard. I didn't finish my homework. This is all are the methods. And also, don't forget one rule. Don't use two simple past forms in one sentences. If you are using did, just use V1, like talk, study, and write. I hope you all understand the topic. And also, let me give you homework and practice more these verbs. Homework. Change the following verbs with verb 2. Here is verb 1. So let me give you some example. Here is study, teach, learn, clean, let me add one. Here is the questions. Five. Here is think. Run. Here is the question. So you can change the following words with their verb to be. Let me give you one example. For example, here, drink, drunk. Drink, drunk. So you can use like that. I mentioned the example already. So you can try and practice more with your parents and also with your siblings. Students, I hope you all are enjoy and understand the lesson. We will see the next time. See you, students. Goodbye, students.